Experience the thrilling reality of manned space exploration. Travel through more than 50 years of dreams and ambition, the efforts and the will of those who opened the doors to the universe for us all. Welcome to their dreams and accomplishments. Welcome to NASA, a human adventure.
The reason behind this exhibition is the human element, the most important one. That's why we have focused on dreamers and pioneers in Go Fever, because that's what the people relate to.
You will learn about those who looked to the sky and imagined space travel long before it was possible. Those who seeded the minds of generations worldwide with the idea of space exploration, the dreamers.
My favorite object, honestly, is not an object, it's the dreamer's part. What impresses me the most is that those people could come that close to what today is the reality.
Some of the objects that are presented in this exhibition are quite unique, to say the least. It took us a little while to choose them, and we paid attention and focused on the objects that were never shown before to the public.
You actually see real pieces from space. There's dings in the metal from actually being used, like you're literally looking at history right there.
Understand how the launch of Sputnik in 1957 caught Americans off guard. Learn about the Cold War, the rivalry between the two titans, the United States and the Soviet Union.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth.
On July 20th, 1969, Apollo 11 astronaut Neil Armstrong made the first ever moonwalk, the greatest teamwork project in the history of mankind.
There's a wonderful model of the command module that took us to the moon, where I spent 3 days inside with 2 other guys.
To see where they were in these small little capsules with these little windows, you get the sense of what the astronauts felt and what they were dealing with and all the knobs and the buttons they have in front of them.
Being able to imagine being in a capsule, being an astronaut, is kind of scary and impressive.
What's the most interesting about this is really seeing how little they knew about what would happen to them and that they still went on and did it.
Me parece algo para superhéroes.
It's an exhibit that I can look back on, and others my age and my generation can say, hey, we went to the moon in my generation, and I'm proud that I was a part of it.
Explore the innumerable devices that needed to be invented for man's survival in space.
How do they eat? How do they go to the bathroom? How do they stay warm?
I'm looking around and I see lots of things I've never seen before from NASA.
The food, the diapers, the sleeping bag.
Pues lo que más me ha gustado ha sido ver todos esos trajes de astronautas.
As early as the beginning of the 20th century and in key areas all around the world, some of the greatest scientific minds were studying how to leave the Earth behind with rocket power. Learn how these pioneers made spaceflight a reality, and see a large model of the largest and most powerful rocket ever launched, the Saturn V.
I really love the Saturn V moon rocket because it's cut away and you realize those huge stages at the beginning all were there just to get that little tiny capsule to the moon.
Yo recomendaría especialmente esta exposición a niños y adolescentes para que puedan comprender de una forma directa la aplicación práctica de las ciencias físicas y matemáticas.
It has a wonderful way of encouraging young children to reach for the stars, to aim high.
To try and achieve things that have never been achieved before.
Witness the evolution of 5 decades of manned space missions, from the Mercury capsule to the Space Shuttle Atlantis.
Me encanta el Atlantis. When I grow up, I want to fly it.
It always gives me a shiver down my spine when I see the spacecraft. There's only a couple of millimeters of aluminium between you and space.
Realizing that 2 people were sitting in there circling the Earth for weeks, that's very impressive.
Esos paracaídas tan inmensos que no te haces una idea que fuera una cosa tan grande.
And those parachutes were very, very critical for us. If we did not have parachutes opening at 3,000 meters above the ocean on return, I wouldn't be here today.
I'm just beyond impressed with what we've been able to achieve in the past 50 years, and it makes you hopeful for the next 50 years and what we can do then.
Take a look at the present and future of space exploration, the Hubble telescope, and its astounding discoveries in recent years.
No sabía que se había hecho tantas cosas en el espacio.
Y lo que nos falta por saber todavía. Hay muchas cosas que quedan por saber.
I mean, manned exploration will never stop.
All adventures are stories of successes, but also stories of tragedies. NASA, a human adventure, pays tribute to the brave few who gave their lives in pursuit of such an extraordinary dream.
I was surprised to hear all these stories. It's very emotional for me.
I think it's good to show to the general public what's involved and also the things that can go wrong.
Being able to accept the reality that failure is a possibility and then still do it, that's courage.
It is a tremendous exhibition. It's probably the best I've seen.
It's possibly the first of its kind in Europe, and I encourage everyone to go and see it.
It's an honor to invite this exhibition in your city, in your country.
You have to see this because this is part of our history.
It makes me proud of us, humankind.
Hemos realizado 600 kilómetros para ver hoy la exposición de la NASA en Madrid.
Enjoy scheduled conferences and talks from NASA personalities who have lived and participated in the early stages of space exploration.
El hecho de que te lo cuente una persona que vivió todo esto, que trabajó en todos estos proyectos, con su experiencia y la pasión con la que te lo cuenta, pues te llega mucho más y es muy interesante.
Take advantage of state-of-the-art audio guides that will guide you through the entire exhibition from one item to the next. Try the life of a test pilot and experience multiple G-forces.
The centrifuge, it's the icing on top of the cake. It's a wow at the end of the exhibition.
It was turning all the time. It was like I was in a real movie.
A customized exhibition of a local space agency, ground tracking station, or institution can be displayed at the exhibition.
When we were designing and creating this exhibition, we reserved an area for the local space agencies so they could use this exhibition as an opportunity to convey a message to the public about what they are doing in terms of exploration.
I like the Dutch dimension, especially the solar car. You see it only on television and now I see it alive.
I'm very proud that we, in a small country like Holland, are part of this space expeditions.
Despite its tremendous size, NASA The Human Adventure is able to adapt to almost any venue, anywhere in the world, twice a year. This incredible feat requires superior planning and a highly flexible design concept.
While the path of this tour is very specific to tell a story, it can be adapted to every type of venue.
This is one of the characteristics of this exhibition, is that it's very modular. We always have the same pieces, one or two new acquisitions, but the layout itself usually changes.
Every venue has its own challenges. We actually throw out every plan from the previous venue because we have to make a new one to wherever we go.
This venue in particular, the biggest challenge we faced was having to put most of the objects through the ceiling. This is the 7th floor. We used very big cranes, but we did it. We did it.
It's done. The expertise and know-how of this crew allows us to set up this exhibition in record time.
This is a highly specialized and hard-working team that we have here, and they are the ones that make it possible for this exhibition to be able to move around twice a year, anywhere in the world.
In approximately 15 days, this experienced crew is able to turn an empty venue into a magnificent exhibition, ready to be open to the public. At that point, the fun begins, and for 6 months, the city has a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to witness the greatest space exhibit to tour the Earth.
This exhibit is so important that I hope that it travels around the world.
Even in the very small countries, because everyone needs to have the chance to dream.
It's fantastic.
Incredible.
I don't think there's anything like this even in America.
Fun, super fun.
Impactante.
Sorprendente.
Emocionante.
Espectacular.
Futuro.
Human.
Fascinating.
Amazing.
Impressive.
Wow.
I want to come back with my friends.
It was and it is an adventure, a human adventure, and the adventure continues.